gambling resort of Atlantic City, a couple of hours from New York. It's brash and very gaudy. Millions come here every year with a view to changing their lives. Leaving Caesars a big winner is Nigel Benn's ambition tonight. Good evening to you. You're going to find out a lot about Nigel Benn here. Is he a world-class fighter? Has he been extravagantly praised for knocking over nobodies? One thing is absolutely certain. Doug DeWitt will test Nigel Benn's fighting heart as never before. The Dark Destroyer is going to have to produce the performance of his life to become Britain's first world middleweight champion since Alan Minter some 10 years ago. Benn built up a huge following, a massive reputation with a series of quick knockouts. He won 22 fights in a row, 19 inside a couple of rounds. Benn was awesome, bristling with power, a venomous hitter. When that run ended, Benn based himself here in the United States. He's trying to take the title from Doug DeWitt, a real tough nut. DeWitt's gone the distance with Hearns. He feels that Benn has nothing to surprise him. The New Yorker's waited 12 years to become a world champion. He says he's at his peak. He's the first holder of the WBO title. Benn has pushed himself to the limit in the gymnasium. His preparation's been dedicated and very stylish. His pack have made quite an impact here. Stretched limousines fit that image perfectly. And there's great confidence in the Nigel Benn camp.
Nigel has a two-fisted attack. And also he has the body movement to completely outfox Doug DeWitt. It's going to be a very, very hard fight. But it's the fight which Nigel himself asked for.
Tough fight. I look for Nigel to win early, DeWitt late. If Nigel lets the fight go past 5 rounds, I think DeWitt will win, maybe with a knockout. But Nigel hit so hard, he can catch DeWitt early, and if he does, he can knock Doug out in the first 5 rounds.
I think it's a very interesting fight because the styles is such contrast. I think what you have in DeWitt is a guy that's a real banger, but he's a boxer too. I think he's much more of a boxer puncher. He's able to get inside. I think the most significant thing that you say about Doug DeWitt is his durability and his resilience. I mean, he's been in the ring with some of the top guys in each division, and he's always proven that he's always in shape. But with Nigel Benn, his speed, that's the key. I can't say enough about Benn's speed, because speed offsets everything, because one can get a rhythm started. And with Nigel, with his in and out lateral movement, hand speed, and intelligence, I give him the edge.
He's a good fighter. He wouldn't be who he is. He wouldn't have the record that he has if he wasn't a good fighter. But he's in over his head this fight. That's my opinion.
Everything's just gone so perfect. I'm happy. All I know I've got to do now is produce the goods. Everyone says I've got to knock him out. I've got to knock him out. Whatever happens, I've got to come out world champion. That's all that matters. Me winning the world champion and doing it good.
Also on our show tonight, the hitman Thomas Hearns in world title action. Hearns defending his super middleweight title against Liverpool-born New Yorker Michael Olajide. And while Thomas Hearns is very much the big daddy of that Cronk Gymnasium in Detroit, we're also going to look at the young rising star like heavyweight Michael Moorer, and he really has got a big punch on him, I can assure you. And we'll be talking as well to Thomas Hearns' old rival, Sugar Ray Leonard, about his fighting future. But now, the chips are down for Nigel Benn. I hope he gets every piece of luck going. Let's go ringside with Jim Watt and, first of all, Rich Guthridge.
So there's the entrance in of Nigel Benn and the entourage from London, agent Ambrose Mendy in front there, and trainer Vic Andretti, former British champion. He's been training with this fellow down in Florida and then finishing his workout in Atlantic City, and I must say, did look impressive. But the weight is rather surprising for Benn. He came at 11 stone 4. He was 11.8 1/4 here when he defeated Sandrine Williams last December. 10-round split decision. So the entrance now of the defending champion Doug DeWitt in this attractive showroom at Caesar's Palace on the boardwalk. Well, of course, this fella's never lacked confidence, although it must have dented his pride. It's certainly not his personality when he lost to Michael Watson. So here's Doug DeWitt. And a real tough nut, I promise you. He's been right through the mill, this fellow. He used to spar with Marvin Hagler when he was just 18 years old. Went the full distance with what he considers a peak Tommy Hearns, and the parading of the WBO belt among the many that seem to be available today, but it's all about whether it's a good match or not. Doesn't matter which organisation recognises it.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is sanctioned by New Jersey State Athletic Control Board. Boxing Commissioner Larry Hazard Sr. and the World Boxing Organization of Desco, Alabama, supervisor ringside. The three judges are Harold Linneman from New York, Bernard Hardy from New Jersey, and Mark Perez from New Jersey. The referee of this bout is Randy Newman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Caesars, Atlantic City, let's get ready to rumble! The WBO Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he's wearing the black trunks and weighs an even 158 pounds. He comes to us from England, his professional record, 25-1. 23 of his 25 victories by KO. Ladies and gentlemen, the Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn! And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, wearing that black trunks with white trim. He weighs an even 160 pounds from Yonkers, New York. His professional record, 32 victories, 19 by KO. 6 defeats and 4 draws. Ladies and gentlemen, the WBO middleweight champion of the world, Doug DeWitt.
So referee then, former heavyweight Randy Newman, who was in that somewhat controversial stoppage of Carl the Truth Williams and Mike Tyson, although we all thought he was in order. He's refereed some IBF fights in London and also the North.
Two things. Number one, defend yourselves at all times. Number two, obey my commands. Now shake hands and come out the middle. Shake hands.
Well, that was firm enough, wasn't it? I think the fighter can understand that, and being an ex-boxer himself, he understands how they feel. So here's this fellow. He's had 6 wins, by the way, in the first round. He's also had 6 losses on his record, DeWitt. Up and down career in many ways, but this is the biggest purse he's ever earned. Now, what's going to be the game plan for Nigel Benn? Is he going to come out firing as we saw him do so many times? 23 stoppages, remember, and he's 25 wins. DeWitt generally has been a mixture of a boxer fighter. When the chips are down, he can stand there and slug out. He's earning more money than the whole of his career now, Doug DeWitt, so that's obviously inspired him to go on and get more defences of this WBO version. I know it's not recognised in Britain yet, but the fighters don't care. It's what sort of money they can draw.
Let him go. Let's watch.
Oh, he's cut over the left eye there, DeWitt, and Randy Newman said, just watch it. There was obviously a clash of heads there. He's cut around the left eye, Jim, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the referee was warning them for something. I don't know if a head to Randy, but they were banging around up close, and then DeWitt come away with blood coming from his eyes, but that is the best possible start for Benn, the worst possible for DeWitt.
Well, we thought it was going to be a rough fight, and it turned out to be that way. DeWitt's always been a slow starter. Benn, a fast starter. 12 in the first round. Could he possibly do it here? He's got to throw his best punches and get him in the right spot to knock this fellow over, because he climbs up a lot. But he's hurt DeWitt. Sort of battle, Jim, they're not going to keep up for 12 rounds.
So this is the way we wanted Benn to start. We didn't want him to start circling and trying to box. What lifts him above most fighters is his punching power, and already he's shaken the champion, he's cut the champion, so a lovely start for Nigel Benn.
So maybe coming in at 11 stone 4 as against 11.8 1/4 his last fight. That suited Benn. Certainly trainer Vic Andretti has nagged him a lot, and Newman's telling to Benn to mind his ways a little bit there. I think, as you can see clearly, the blood streaming down DeWitt's face.
The cut seems to be towards the side of the eye, so that's slightly better news for DeWitt, but it just depends how badly cut he is, how deep it is.
Countdown then for the first round. And it's some battle already, isn't it? Had to be. And Benn's catching him with his best shots and still can't get him over, though. Well, it's a question of getting your breath back here. Ralph Citro working in the corner there. He's the cut man, as they call him in boxing.
Dougie, listen up. Dougie, listen up, right? You got to use your... Hey, ref!
He's complaining he can't see. And Tommy Gallagher, the trainer's calling out to Randy Newman. Hey, ref, that was a butt.
You got to use your right hand. You're only using one hand, dog. Give him some water on the top.
Well, they're certainly looking a bit bothered in the corner there, Jim, the cornerman.
Yeah, well, they're entitled to be. That's a bad round for the champion. He was rocked a couple of times by Benn's left hooks. He's come back with a cut over his eye. And Ben must have gone back to his corner with a lot of confidence after that opening round.
Come on, you got to use your right hand.
He's the challenger, but suddenly must be feeling pretty champion at the moment. That was a good first round for Nigel Benn.
You got to stay on the stool. You got to use your right hand, Dougie. Let's go. This is for the title. Concentrate. Use your right hand.
There's a clear view of that cut. Seconds can sort that okay. Second round then. As Jim Watt said, a good start there for Nigel Benn, obviously.
Now let's stop holding on. Let's fight.
Well, this is a fight, Jim, that Nigel Benn has always told his management that he fancies, that he's always wanted to fight DeWitt because he's not the hardest guy in the world to catch. As you can tell by that somewhat flat nose that he's got, which he says when he retires he's going to have it remodeled.
I'm surprised at the way DeWitt is leaving his head up in the air so often. He's been nailed a couple of times already by left hooks, and his corner didn't say anything about that. He didn't tell him to get his chin down a little bit closer. But quite often he's leaning back from Benn's punches, and that's very dangerous.
And then you got in the inset there, the way they were working with the rubber gloves in the corner. That's the medical commission make their seconds wear those now. Well, he's catching him with his appropriately Sunday punches here, Ben. What a tough nut he is, though. He takes some stopping, Jim, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I don't think you can take too many of these punches. Ben's getting the full power into those punches. Good punches. Most of them are catching DeWitt a little bit high, but they're still good punches.
DeWitt's style has always been to try and break the opponent's heart, and he's often taken a lot of stick early on. But the big form line in Ben's favour is that DeWitt was stopped by Quinones, and Ben knocked out Quinones from Puerto Rico.
See, DeWitt just takes so many chances. He's so careless about his own defence. Even when he's pouring the punches in towards Ben, Ben comes back with a single shot and still has a chance of knocking him out. DeWitt very reckless indeed, Reg.
Well, if he fights with his face, he'll get in trouble here because Ben, we know, can dig. Continually nagging them about watch their heads, Jim, the referee. Oh! Well, that, as they say, is a turn-up for the book, isn't it? Ben looking so in charge of it. He's looking towards the corner there, okay? As we get the end of the round, if it had gone down later, the count would have continued even if the bell went. Now that was a shock. What a slugging match this has been now. Ben's been through this before, not only with Michael Watson, but with Anthony Logan, when he had to get off the deck to win. And the crowd standing up, and he's very much a hero in this country, of course, Doug DeWitt. He's always like Billy the Kid round the corner, waiting for the guy to come round. Jim, have a look at this replay.
Well, they both threw a punch at the same time, Reg, but DeWitt's with the punch with the power, it landed better. They both seem to throw the punch, there it goes. DeWitt's landed bang on the chin, over went Ben. He was still badly stunned at the end of the round, but he come back well and he started blazing back himself. So there you go, they both threw a punch. DeWitt, although his weight was behind him, still had enough power to knock Ben over with that shot.
Come on here. Don't get careless. Stay cool.
Come on, sweetheart.
Well, don't get careless. I think this fella, he's starting fighting.
Do nothing else with it. It's too late. You'll get it next time. Give me a look. Come on, Dougie. Let's go. Look for the right hand. Calm down. You're the best. Come on, baby.
We'll see if Ben's got the recovery powers here now. He's must have been shocked by that, Jim. As you say, he nearly had the edge there, but came off first.
Yeah, but full credit to Ben. He really come blazing back once he got up off the floor. He went back to his corner, still badly stunned, but his instincts have got him firing back. But that's given him something to think about. There goes the confidence stat.
This is going to be some war, Jim. It might be a war of attrition the way it's going. Pre-fight chat, DeWitt to show more or less contempt for what Ben has had to say. He says he hasn't fought anybody yet, certainly not as good as me. I think Michael Watson might dispute that. Not a bad idea, Jim, for Ben to just do a little bit of boxing here, stay a reasonable distance away.
Yeah, well, Ben has the power to hurt the man. He's hurt him twice already in the first round. He just doesn't want to waste too much steam. Oh, good shot from Ben.
Absolutely, but doesn't this fella absorb the punches? You say, for how long? He did it for 12 rounds with Tommy Hearn and then at his peak.
See, DeWitt is not a fellow you want to tire against, Rez. He's a good shot. He would not, these punches would knock some middleweights down, but DeWitt's taking them, but he can't take them all night long.
Certainly the best of the three fights that Ben has had in this country. Maybe he's hoping to have the glory that Lloyd Hunnigan had in this ring when he defeated Don Curry.
Well, DeWitt hasn't done anything really effective in this round, Reg. Nigel Benn got himself right back into the fight again well after that knockdown.
Favouring the left hook, I was going to say, but then he cracked a right hand punch in there. Oh, he's going to that. He had to go head first down there. He's right above us on the ropes, and they've actually thrown a sponge with water on there at the train. Now, that was against the rules. It won't help him at this stage, I don't think.
DeWitt has no defence whatsoever, Reg.
And the round's nearly over, though. Punches after the bell has been pulled apart there. And some booing from the crowd because Ben was getting stuck in. And they're looking very angry, I must say, the crowd, on their feet, waving their fist at Ben.
We got it.
Well,
Be a little.
now that really was a commanding round. You can't get it much clearer than that for Ben, Jeff.
Yeah, well, DeWitt did absolutely nothing all the way through that round, right up to the knockdown. And Ben almost had him out of there. See, look at the defence, Reg, non-existent. Head up in the air. Really a very poor attention to defence. Eventually, he had to find his way to the floor because Ben is putting power into every punch. Lovely punch here. There he goes. All over the place. Badly hurt, and he never recovered in that round. So if Ben can pick up where he left off, see, Ben's really getting the power into the punch because he's coming forward. Great chance of becoming world champion this round, Red.
So coming out for the fourth round. With a bit of a controlled fury now, Ben's got a really good shot of stopping this champion. He really is playing goalkeeper at the moment, DeWitt. He's stopping everything.
See, there's nothing in DeWitt's jabs as they come back. DeWitt's going to have to find some power or he's in the way out, Reg.
He almost quit the ring when he was beaten by Sambu Kalmbay in Monte Carlo. But then he really showed some form against Matt Hilton and Robbie Sims. I think some of those tough fights have really caught up with him here, and certainly Ben's making him pay for it now.
Well, Reggie, I think some of these punches of Ben's are really taking some of the power out of DeWitt's legs. He doesn't really have any urgency in his work. His legs, no rhythm in his legs. The punches really haven't taken a toll. Even now, no defence. Look.
Brave to the point of foolishness now, DeWitt. Just pouring with that left-hand punch. That won't bother Ben.
Yeah, I think a lot of the fight has been knocked out of DeWitt. There's no snap in his own punches. No snap in his movement. He's obviously still stunned from those earlier punches.
That's a good performance so far by Ben to come off the floor to do this. It's almost as if DeWitt's stalling for time, Jim, but he can't be doing that. As you say, he can't move. He's rooted to the canvas too much.
Well, I just think he hasn't recovered fully from the earlier punches. But look at the carelessness in his work even now. He's been on the floor, he's been on the verge of being knocked out. And still look at the carelessness about his attitude.
Certainly that intense sparring that Ben has had in Miami with top decent fighters and Russian they brought in as well has served its purpose well.
Well, DeWitt is finding a little bit snap. Now that was a good jab, he just knocked Ben's head back with. So maybe his head is beginning to clear. But Ben unable to pin him so far in this round.
Walk him underneath.
Well, Vic Andretti, the trainer in the centre there, must be pleased the way his man's going there. He's been very tough and disciplined and has responded to that well, Ben, in training. An old soldier accepts the discipline okay. Slightly nicked around the right eye. We couldn't really spot that, Jim, as the bell went.
No, I don't think there's any problem. That looks like one of these little nicks. Sometimes they're better leaving that alone. But just with the little graze, Reg.
You need to roll all the time. Drop your legs and roll. Jab. Get him tight in there. You find shit on that. Get him on. Listen to it. Hit with the jab and hit with the
Well, Victor's getting himself excited there with a little bit of Cockney chat, which I'm sure Ben understands. Out for the fifth. And referee Newman saying don't come out for work too early.
Well, DeWitt's head seemed to clear as the fourth round went on, and he found a little bit of snap towards the end of the round. But we'll find out here in the fifth just how much he can muster up.
Not that we're particularly concerned about points verdicts at this stage of the game. There's three American judges. One of them a lady, Barbara Perez, the wife of Tony Perez, referee.
Well, I would say so far, this is as good a performance as we've seen from Nigel Benn. Although he did start well against Watson, hopefully he'll be able to maintain the pressure tonight.
It's incredible the way DeWitt tries to ignore being hit. And he's as sharp as a tack to talk to. He's a snappy dresser, the whole bit. But in there he's got this casualness and certain bravery about him.
Well, Ben's punches still plenty of power in them legs. They're just not landing on the chin now. DeWitt's managing to slip or smother them a little bit. So one punch, as we already have seen, could change everything.
Well, all that sort of carefully nurtured needlers seems to have gotten there, Jim. They're both having a bit of respect for each other here.
Ben's still setting a good pace. I mean, it's been some time since DeWitt had a good burst in the fight. He's really just trying to mess Ben around, just smother his work, but he's not doing too much of his own.
Yeah, and it's a big gamble if he's hoping that Ben will run out of gas.
One strike at a time, you're tight. Hey, stop punching. Let him go. Let him out of there.
Gets a bit untidy at close quarters, Jim, doesn't it?
Yeah, but still plenty of punches coming, Reg. So not really clinching, just a little bit wild at times. Ben's still throwing good shots.
You hear the timekeeper knocking to warm seconds. The round's over, coming up, and to alert the referee to be near them. And he is. Well, the odds here, they don't do too much handing up to in fights or everything else you can go in Atlantic City, but it was about 11 to 8 I would have worked it out on dollar betting. DeWitt was favourite. 8 to 11 on, in other words. Well, he's got to be pleased with himself a bit now, hasn't he, Jim?
Yep, well, his tactics have been right. He's been pushing back all the way, taking the play away from him. He's come up off the floor, come blazing back. So far, excellent performance from Nigel Benn.
Been deprived of awards there.
No.
Gunga Din in the corner's not quite doing.
Right hand right behind, down to the belly. Let's go. Suck it up. Come on, bro. Come on, DeWitt. Let's go.
Concern there, obviously, from Tom Gallagher in DeWitt's corner. Come on, DeWitt. He says, let it go. As he knows he's hanging about too much, but that's because Ben is pressuring him the whole time and hitting hard. Oh, what punches they are, Jim. Is this the first rock of a landslide now coming in from Ben? It looks like it.
Well, the traded shots there and Ben come off better. That's pretty significant at this stage in the fight, Reg. They both landed the shot, but Ben's was the one that did the damage.
But at least Ben now has had the experience of a couple of 10-round fights, which he needed to get under his belt, as they say in boxing. So he really shouldn't be troubled by the distance, but he can always be troubled by the whip punches. Oh, that one was the one that got away with that, Jim. Almost caught the lights.
Yeah, but it was a nice punch, Reg. Nice idea, bringing one up through the middle. Just missed his whisker. Ben boxing quite controlled, which is good to see. He's not wasting so many punches, not as wild as we've seen him.
No, it's good stuff. As I repeat myself, Jim, he's so much better in this fight than he was against Sandline Williams, Ben. And before that against Kyogai Amparo in American rings. What else has Ben got to do, Jim, now to try and get this fellow over? I mean, he's really nailed him with some good punches.
He just has to keep doing what he's doing, but just remember it's 12 rounds we've got tonight. The last thing he wants to do is run out of steam against DeWitt. He looks stronger, he looks sharper than DeWitt. All he has to do is to keep strong, don't waste punches. But he is pretty controlled at the moment.
Had good good schooling, remember, Ben, ABA champion, only lost one decision to Doug DeWitt, and then he reversed that.
Well, the first decent punch for a while from DeWitt. Ben just took it and marched on forward. Another good sign.
And all sorts of advisors coming around the corner now, pleading with
Get the fuck
DeWitt.
going now. 1, 2, boom, boom. 1, 2. The jab is working. Stay with it. How do you feel, champ? Come on.
How do you feel? He says. I would think not too clever at the moment.
Get down with this guy. Jab, right hand.
So they obviously know he's behind all right, isn't it?
Dougie's giving you the jab, taking it all day. Then let the right hand go.
All the panic's in DeWitt's corner. The Ben corner look nice and calm. They're happy with what's happening, and so would I be. Nice and calm in this corner.
Come on. Come on, big guy. Come on. Boom, the jab, the right hand. Come on.
They're starting up the pace. And when they go with it. What have you got? Let's take the way. Let's on the tree. Hands up.
Out for the 7th round. And to remind you then, 12 rounds for the World Boxing Organisation Championship. One of the added itself to the other 3 ruling bodies at the moment.
Well, Ben hasn't allowed DeWitt to come forward for any time in the fight so far, and that's one of the reasons he's been so successful. He's really been dictating the action and really has been boxing well up to now.
Obviously, Ben would just love to knock this guy over, but I just think he'd be more than pleased to get such a clear points decision anyway. But there's still plenty of time. Second half of the fight now.
DeWitt trying to come forward now, Reg. This is badly what he needs to do if he wants to hang on to this title.
Tommy Gallagher, that is, the corner man for DeWitt, who's really been sweating. Well, the smaller contingent, obviously, of British fans or London fans who were waving St George flags early on, they're happy with it. And I can hear Gallagher saying, "You're not making him pay to it, you're just grabbing after you've thrown punches."
See, DeWitt doesn't look as though he has anything left tonight, Reg. He just seems to be going through the motions. There's no snap in his work. Ben obviously beginning to tire a little bit. He's put out a lot of work tonight. But DeWitt still out on, bang on the chin from Ben. Good shot from Ben.
To see Ben working out, Jim, as you've seen with the calisthenics, they call it, the groundwork the trainers call it, is absolutely tremendous. As strong as anything. Oh, I mean, caught him flush, square on, right on the chin there, Jim, and just still didn't shift. I mean, that's remarkable.
Reg, I don't know what keeps this man on his feet. That was a tremendous shot.
DeWitt was telling us before the fight, well, I don't think Ben can hurt me. In fact, I'm sure he can't. Well, certainly could have fooled me.
Ben looked as though he twisted his knee or something there, Reg.
Yeah, he did. I couldn't work that one out.
He pulled a funny face as he turned there, Reg. I hope we're not going to see something happen to Nigel Benn, either in his leg or in his mind here.
Well, they don't seem to be asking him. We can't hear anyway, Jim, whether his leg is okay.
I wonder maybe if his ankle turned as he missed badly there with a punch. Maybe his ankle twisted.
He said he heard him say, "I'm all right" there, and the referee just had a check as well.
That's good. You see what that's good. When he starts that move, that's good. You keep it.
Obviously start sucking with a bit more air now, Jim, at this stage of the game.
Yeah, well, Ben is beginning to feel the pace a little bit himself. There's a bit more life in him than Doug DeWitt is showing.
What cross over the top? The shoulder, front to us. And to the body, work the body this way.
So work to the body this round. Throw punches to the body, says Andretti for his man Ben, and certainly he's done a good job anyway. Just keeping Ben controlled more fighting. Oh, a good shot. Punch. I don't think he's going to get up from that. He's been known to get up before, but oh, that was a punch. And he's pitched forward again at the start of the 8th round. And it's 7-8. Do you want to fight, says Randy Newman. And of course, the witness says yes, but it's all over. Part of the shouting, Jim.
DeWitt has nothing. I don't believe he can recover from this, Reg.
I think the WBO have got a 3 knockdown rule in existence here. More control and it'll all be over. Yes, that's it. It's all over. 3rd knockdown. And in the 8th round, Nigel Benn has won the WBO middleweight championship of the world. The Iron Man was tamed. And what a picture that is. Almost identical when Lloyd Hannigan in this ring defeated Don Curry. Same sort of reaction from his camp as well. Tremendous performance, Jim, and a good finish.
Nigel Benn was a better fighter right from the opening bell, Reg. He did it the hard way, come up off the floor, come blazing back, took the play away from DeWitt at every turn. I don't know that he'll actually lost a round. Wonderful performance, perfect day. A few questions were asked about Nigel Benn, but I think he's answered most of them today.
Well, certainly Britain have had a long run at the moment of losers in World Championship fights, and whether we want or the Board of Control want to recognise this or not, I don't know. But let's see the finish, Jim, again.
Well, that was the left hook, that was the one. Ben hit him, but he hadn't actually reached the floor as the second punch landed, so quite legal. But DeWitt, as you can see, nothing left here.
And there it is again, a real close-up job there. The uppercut came up and caught him, just clipped him there, and he was ready to go. Jim, once more.
I'm surprised the referee allowed it to go to the 3rd knockdown, Reg, because DeWitt obviously had nothing left. He hadn't really had a good round all the way through the fight. The referee, for me, could have called it off after the 1st knockdown.
Take your left hand and touch your nose.
And the doctor's still attending Witt while Ben is, well, obviously absolutely jubilant. You can imagine that. Picking himself up off the floor against Watson and coming back to win. That's some performance. Nigel, Britain badly needed a world champion. We've had a bad run. Well done.
Yeah.
But do you think he was going to be in command the whole time the way you were?
No, I didn't. I honestly thought, well, he thought I wouldn't be able to go 12 rounds, but I trained mighty hard for this fight. And I wanted to match him with everything he had, you know, that he was going to throw at me. And I felt really strong. 2 months I've been training. And the other thing is, I haven't spoken to my mum for 3 weeks. I said, well, now I can say, Mum, I said when I speak to you again, I'm going to be world champion. And the dreams come true.
It's almost like a Rocky film, this, in a way, Nigel. You know, you lose to Watson, you come back and win a world championship.
Yeah.
When you went down, you connected together, and then you went down. To get over that was a good performance. I mean, how were you that badly shaken?
No, what he caught me with was a peach of a punch, accurate, on the chin. I don't even know if it was the left or the right. I think it was the right. But what made me feel good within myself is that I never went to pieces. He hit me with a good shot, but I knew all the time where I was. You know, you can't go through boxing without taking a shot. It's exactly the same punch that Anthony Logan hit me with, a peach of a punch. He hit me, but at all times I still knew where I was.
Yeah. No, I certainly wasn't criticising. I was congratulating you for getting up and then winning, which is important.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Well, that's
now, how about having a look at the end of that on the replay, if we can show it to you? Yeah. There it is now. The right hand come over the top there, eh, Nigel?
Yeah. Yeah, when I hit him, we were working on it, and I knew for a fact, Doug DeWitt, if you hit him once, he'll take the punch. So I thought to myself, I've got to try and catch him with a succession of blows. And I'm just so happy that, you know, the last time we had a world champion was Alan Mint, and now whatever happens, no one can take it away from me. I've been world champion.
Yeah, that's wonderful. A quick word with your handler here, Ambrose. What's in store for him next? You're going to try and go for Tommy Hearns at a different weight or what?
We're going to try to go. The onus is on me to earn Nigel as much money as possible, Reg. This is the man that we're all going to sit down with and we're going to talk to. He's the man that really has brought us to where we are at the moment, and we are a tremendous loyalty.
Bob?
It's not a debt, Bob says. It's no debt, it's a loyalty.
Bob Arum, from you, what do you think? What are you going to do with Nigel?
Well, first I want to say, when Ambrose brought Nigel to us, we needed to get him fighting much better. And we fought 3 tough fights. We put him in 3 tough fights, and he came through. Now, the sky is the limit. There are these possibilities. Thomas Hearns, a 168-pound fight, very attractive. Iran Barkley, super attractive fight. And finally, Roberto Duran. So he doesn't lack for big fights and big opponents. And I think if we're smart and we stage some of them here and some of them in Great Britain, I think that'll expose Nigel the best. I think he has the ability to be the coming superstar. Remember, after I think his second fight here, I touted him as the English Marvin Hagler, and it's all coming true.
Well, I'll leave you two gentlemen to sort out the money, and best of luck.
Thanks very much.
Thanks, Red.
And I feel sure those negotiations have already started here. Nigel Benn will be known all across the States now because that thrilling fight went live coast to coast on ABC television, and people around me saying they've never known a casino crowd so animated.